Hello friends, and welcome to yet another interesting video of Wisdom Zone, and this is Shubro, and I'm quite sure you have already guessed it. In today's video I'm gonna give you some extremely useful idioms for your spoken English. So watch this video carefully to learn all the 10 important idioms I'm gonna give you. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait and immediately subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon to get the first notification. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. 3, 2, 1. So friends, welcome back once again to this extremely useful session on idioms for spoken English, and today I'm gonna give you some extremely useful idioms for your spoken English. You can use all these idioms to sound quite dynamic and confident. So before I move ahead, let me quickly remind that I have provided some more links on some useful idioms in the description. So if you want to learn more idioms, please do not forget to check the links given in the description. So without wasting any more time, let's get started with today's idioms for spoken English. So friends, the first important idiom I'm going to give you for your spoken English is a can of worms. As you see on your screen, a can of worms is a very useful one for your spoken English. It means a situation that is complicated and causes a lot of trouble. That's called a can of worms. So it's a very useful one. Let me show you how to use it in your communication. The recently published article on crime has opened a can of worms. So it has created a kind of a complicated situation for people. Maybe they have pointed out some issues. That's why this idiom is used, that it has opened a can of worms. Up next, let's see the second important idiom for spoken English, that is, you have no idea. It's a very useful idiom that you should use in your everyday English conversation. It is used to emphasize how bad or good something is. For emphasizing about something, you use this idiom. So let me show you how to use it. Ben said, "You have no idea how difficult it is to find a new job." So by using this idiom, he emphasized on the fact that it's very difficult to find a job. So I'm quite sure you have understood how to use this idiom to emphasize and put your perspective in a stronger way. Up next, we will see the third idiom that you can use for spoken English, that is on your screen, that is call it a day. Call it a day is also a very useful one for your everyday English conversation. So let me tell you, it means to stop doing something as you have done enough. So you just wind it up, you just stop doing it and you don't want to do it further because you think that you have done enough. So let's see how to use it. After working for 15 years in the same company, Sam decided to call it a day. That means after working for so long, that is 15 years, he decided that it's enough, and that's why he decided to call it a day. That means he decided to quit that organization or stop working over there. Up next, we are going to turn our attention towards the very useful idiom for spoken English. As you see, that is like a bull in a china shop. Let me repeat once again. It's quite interesting, isn't that? Like a bull in a china shop. It means someone who behaves carelessly and damages things, who is not very careful, who is quite restless, and he creates problem and damages things because of carelessness. So let me show you how to use it. Smith is like a bull in a china shop when it comes to dealing with delicate situations. That means he is not good at it. He behaves in a careless manner and he somehow spoils the situation. He is unable to deal with that type of situation. So that's why this idiom is used, that he is like a bull in a china shop when it comes to dealing with delicate situations, right? So he's not good at dealing with delicate situations. So I'm quite sure you have understood. So let's turn our attention towards the fifth one, that is breathe fire. It's a very useful one. It's a very short one and it can be easily used in your communication. As you see, it means to be very angry. So let me show you. My boss was breathing fire over my mistakes. That means he was very angry over my mistakes which I have done. So it's a beautiful way to put it, isn't that? He was breathing fire. That means he was very angry. So try to incorporate it and comment below. Up next, we will see the sixth very useful idiom for your everyday communication, that is bring something to light. Bring something to light means to discover facts or make something known publicly. Maybe it was not known, it was not disclosed. So that is to bring something to light. That means to make things or make facts known to others which earlier people were not aware. So let me show you how to use it. The investigator brought to light new evidence. So that means the investigator in fact found some new evidence and made them available publicly so that people can know. So up next we will see the seventh one, that is the bitter fruit. The bitter fruits obviously is a very useful one for everyday English conversation. It means unpleasant result of something, that's called the bitter fruits. So let me show you how to use this wonderful idiom in your everyday English conversation. As you see the example, obesity and high blood pressure are the bitter fruits of the unhealthy eating habits. That means these two are outcomes or unpleasant results of unhealthy eating habits. So the idiom means that unpleasant result or effect of something. So let's turn our attention towards the eighth one, that is bite your tongue. It is also quite useful for your everyday English conversation. It means to stop yourself from saying something because that's not the right situation. Maybe it may backfire. That's why you don't disclose that or you don't say that, right? That's to bite your tongue. As you see the example, I wanted to tell my boss about the new leave policy, but I decided to bite my tongue. So maybe I wanted to discuss about the leave policy. I had some issues to point out, but I decided to bite my tongue because maybe he would have got offended. Up next, let's see the ninth useful idiom for today, that is get in or into gear. So get in or into gear means to start working effectively with full energy. So it's also a very useful one for your everyday English conversation. As you see the example, it took me 2 weeks to get into gear and make progress. That means it took me 2 weeks to start working effectively with full enthusiasm and make progress. So at last, let's turn our attention towards the 10th extremely useful idiom for your everyday conversation, that is stand your ground. Stand your ground is a very useful one for your communication. You can use it. It means to refuse to change your opinion or decision or your stand. That means you do not withdraw yourself, you just hold your ground. That's called to stand your ground. Okay. And you do not change your decision or refuse to change your opinion. Let me show you how to use it. We tried to bargain and reduce the price of the product, but the shopkeeper stood his ground. That means the shopkeeper decided not to change his decision, not to reduce the price in spite of that we tried our level best to bargain. So I'm quite sure it's clear. So friends, today I gave you 10 extremely useful idioms for your spoken English. You can use all these and sound more dynamic and become more proficient in your communication and show your confidence level. Try to use them and obviously comment below. And again, it is my request to all the viewers, if you still haven't subscribed to this channel, please do not wait and immediately subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon to get the first notification. So stay tuned for further informative videos, friends, and do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to Wisdom Zone.